So I posted this survey the other day. Keeping the scalp and hair clean is key to healthy hair growth, density, and length retention. Do you use cool, warm? And as we can see, warm water received the most votes. It received 74% of the votes. In today's video, I'm going to share my opinion regarding the best temperature of water to wash your hair. The next clip is part 2 of this video that includes an experiment to show how long moisturizing products can actually keep the hair moisturized. Be sure to check out that video. Okay guys, so this water right here is hot. I'm just going to rinse the bowl with the hot water as if I would do, if I was rinsing my hair, just to see what happens. As you can see, a lot of the ORS did wash away. And let me tell you this, the fragrance, I can smell it again. When I first brought this cup in here, it's like the fragrance or the scent had, somewhat faded, became faint. But adding water, look at that, it's washing away. You see that? And this water is hot, y'all. So some of it still remains in the bowl. Oh, okay. You see how many times I had to put hot water in the bowl to get it to come out. So it's floating around in there somewhere. So I had to rinse the bowl that many times with hot water just to, get that out of the bowl. So pretty much, that's why I always say, hey, make sure you use hot water, as hot as you can stand it. Let's see. It's coming out. And look at the water. All oily and greasy. These little bubbles right here, that's the oil because, that's caused by the oil. Oil and water don't mix. So, I was able to get that out with hot water. See? Still got a little bit in there. Just a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to try to rinse out this leave-in conditioner. Pour that out. Look at that. Hot water, y'all. That's why I tell y'all, make sure you use some warm to hot water. Or hot water as hot as you can stand it. But you do see how many times I'm having to let that hot water touch the product to get it out. So it's pretty much heating up the product, melting the product down. Look at that. Hot water, guys. Look at that. See that? Okay, so now we're going to do the Silk Element moisturizing treatment. Warm in here. And look at that. It doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. Let the water run. Ooh, that's hot. See that? Still there. And y'all know when we rinse our hair, we don't just hold the water in one spot. We always moving our head around. So, ooh, that's hot. So this right here tells you that hot water really needs to sit on the hair strands and soak into it to loosen all of that product from the hair strands, so that it's able to wash away. You see that? So this is, I guess, an example of why I tell you, I rinse my hair with hot water, and then I cover it with a plastic bag to let the moisture kick in. And I've explained that in other videos, but you see why? You need that hot water to melt down that product, melt down the oil as much as possible, especially grease. Because that cold water, or they say lukewarm, girl, no, lukewarm ain't gonna do nothing for your hair. As far as those products are concerned, look at that. And this water is hot, y'all. It is like hot, hot, hot. Okay, y'all, so this is what the inside of the bowl looks like. The oil did rinse away. I don't feel any oil at the bottom of the bowl, which is good. But again, hot water. We need that hot water to break down that grease. I mean, not the grease, the oil, so it can wash away. Okay, look at this one. See? Oh, let me see. It's just wet. No oil. No oil there, just wet. So again, guys, this is why I always suggest rinsing your hair with hot water. The initial rinse, hot water, to break down all of the old product that you're trying to get rid of. And then when you shampoo, you rinse the shampoo out with hot water. I suggest hot water, but if you want to use warm water to rinse out the shampoo, that's fine, because the surfactants in the shampoo will help get rid of the oil. But hot water, guys. The next clip is part 2 of this video that includes an experiment to show the effects of using hot water to wash out grease. Be sure to check out this video, but the next clip will show you what happens when cold water is used. I think this applies to grease or any other product. Okay, y'all, so I have cleaned the bowl out and put a fresh layer of the grease in the bowl. What I'm going to do now is add cold water to the grease to show you exactly what happens. I always mention in my videos to use hot water to wash your hair, meaning use water as hot as you can stand it. As I've shown you in the previous clip, that's going to help remove the grease from your hair, which will allow moisture to be added to the hair. Okay, so I have added cold water to the bowl, and as you can see, the oil hasn't separated from the grease. In the previous clip, as soon as I added that hot water, you saw the oil separate from the grease and float to the top. You also saw where the grease melted down. But in this case, with the cold water, nothing happens. You can't see any oil floating around in the water. The only thing this cold water is going to do is cause the layer of grease to harden. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and pour the water out, this cold water out, just to see if any clumps pour out, or just to see. As you can see, the grease, it looks different than before, but in the sink, none of the grease washed away. Just a clean, clear sink. All of the grease is still in the bowl. And I assume the reason it looks different is because of the pressure of water. Okay, y'all, so let's compare the results of adding cold water, as I just showed you, And this was the result of adding hot water to the bowl of grease as I showed in the previous video. Okay, y'all, so I just poured that bowl of water out, and as you can see, you see the little clumps of grease? So to me, the water should be as hot as you can stand. This will help quickly melt down the products and sebum so both can be thoroughly washed out. And it will help quickly add moisture to the hair and scalp, which helps prevent breakage and shedding.